So this thing is a tiny mouse, fingertip, optimized. It's got decent polling rate and it's wireless as well. And I'm going to show you exactly what it is. This is the Keychron M4. So I'm Bearded Bob, been gaming 35 years, well into gaming peripherals, tell you all those decent ones you should be getting, which ones you should be avoiding, take a look at them in extreme detail by taking them all apart so we see exactly how they're built. I play games like Valorant as well and Tarkov, testing them, streams. If that's the kind of stuff you like, stick around on this channel. So Keychron M4, tiny fingertip mouse. I've used this one, I've played around with it, give it a spin. Look at it, man. This thing is microscopic. Here's the beastx Mini. And a G Pro Superlight next to it. Look at it. It's like the baby of a G Pro Superlight, isn't it? So this is the fingertip mouse. I mean, it is a fingertip mouse. Look at it. So 18 by 9 hand. How small it is. I found when I was using it, like probably more like that for me. I found it was very, very twitchy. It's weird how the sensor was sideways, but I could still use the side buttons. And I think on the G-Wolf's HSK, can't remember now, on the Mini one, HSK Pro maybe. Don't know, I found them difficult to reach. These ones are quite good, they kind of sit back. And I do like the shape at the back here. You can get your thumb just in the ridge of it, so it's a nice shape in terms of that for fingertip. I mean, for a fingertip, I think it's one of the better shapes. I prefer it over the M1K, M2K, prefer the HSK, but I just couldn't get used to it. It was so twitchy. Like switch-wise, USB-C, a little bit of pre. Scroll wheel's okay, it's a little bit small, but good side buttons, decent sized skates for the size of it. What I'm looking for at the minute is, now don't judge me on my Ultralight X mod here, but not that much difference in size, but the width of it's better, like Dorito says. On my fingertip Ultralight X, like I almost want this width of a mouse, but maybe shorter maybe. I can't do that because the PCB on this one, but whereas this is like, I feel like my hand's a bit like that, whereas this one feels a bit more natural maybe. I don't think it's as light as you think. So actually, here you go, 37.6 grams, right? Now, if you take the beastx Mini, the beastx Mini's lighter. Not saying that's a bad thing, but I mean, it's quite a nice shape, I could say. Got a big ass hump on it. What's the balance like? Someone wanted to have a look. It's about there, which is where you're kind of going to grip it. It's in line with the sensor, to be fair. It felt like a bit more rear, but it's kind of there. I do kind of like the shape of it. For a fingertip mouse, this is pretty cool. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's USB-C, but it is heavy. 37 grams is heavy. I find it very difficult to play as a fingertip. You're going to need a much smaller hand than my 18 by 9. It was difficult. I almost needed to like roll my finger back a little bit like that, which I wouldn't use. But you got Bluetooth as well. You got whole rate DPI on the bottom. There's quite a lot of features. It still freaks me out. Like I say that the sensor's a weird way around, but hey ho. Size wise, it's small. 86 along the front, with the button not pressed. So it's 51 grams. It's almost like a MZ1. There's the button pressed. I think it's too thin, like it's in too narrow. It needs to be a bit wider. Interesting to see why it's so heavy as well. Let me take this apart. It's quite low, 31 grams, 32 grams. Height's quite low as well, but you don't really need that because obviously it's fingertip. It's not designed for full palm. Decent width and buttons though. And a bit narrower than most, but not bad. Scroll wheel about as wide as a G Pro Superlight. It's quite narrow, these. Looks slightly forward. It is slightly forward sensor. Not much, but definitely is. The buttons feel pretty good. There's a lot of pre on the front one, on the main. the right one. You can see that there, especially higher up the front. I mean, there's a lot of that. That's a lot of pre there. And I feel like this would be more susceptible. Not bad where the switch is there, but you're generally going to be down at the front because of the size of it. Overall, probably one of the better shaped fingertip mice I've seen, to be fair. For the shape of it, it's a little bit heavy for like its size, but that kind of helps maybe with stability. So one of the problems I slide with this one was it's quite jittery when I was trying to aim. Overall, certainly worth looking at fingertip, and it's wireless as well, so the weight's probably the bigger battery, which we'll find out in the teardown, but it's not bad. Coating wise, there's a slight texture. It looks like it's pretty resistant to fingerprints. Not too bad. So I've used it, and it's pretty well built. It's not very creaky. I can maybe just about spread the booty if I wanted, but I've got to squeeze it pretty over. Squeeze that, to be fair. And I'd say the buttons are a little bit thin on the top main switches, but not pretty good. Good for what it is.